Recorded live in Balcatta, Western Australia, the Hoon capital of the world. This is Talkin' Power.
Gap is what happens when you hold to the floor and crush the man next to you. There's space in between your back lumbar and your front lumbar. We in the South we refer to it as the gap band.
Well, I think Formula One is for grown-ups.
So, what about the sideways? You've got to race in your own lane. Now he's on the grass, he brings it back. That's a great driving there.
Torque and Power, your motoring and motorsport podcast.
Okay, we're down here at Custom Cars and Coffee December meet, and I've bumped into none other than Speedway star and top Doorslammer star, Pino Priolo. Pino, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. What a great concept, a beautiful day, and I thought I'd come down and have a look, and I just can't believe the amount of people here. There's got to be probably anything between 5,000 and 6,000 people looking.
Yeah, definitely. You've not been to one of these before, Pino?
This is my first time. I'm actually down here with a good friend of mine from MacTrack, Grant Mackey, who's got a fair bit of input and is one of the sponsors of this event. And he's got a car, and he likes to have a skid and get out and just promote himself, and it's just great,
It is a great concept, and hats off to Jason and the team that organised this. It's a really good day out. Unfortunately, the weather's not playing the game at the moment, so there's a bit of a shower happening as we speak. But anyway, they'll muscle through it, no doubt. Pino, tell us where you're at. What are you up to these days?
We're probably in my wind down years now. I've been doing racing since I was the age of 30, and I've done sprint cars for 15 years or something, 16 years, and drag racing now, and I've done everything I wanted to achieve. I'm not travelling the circuit anymore. Unfortunately, it comes with a cost, and sponsorship is a hard thing to get these days, but I was on the circuit for 5 or 6 years in the Doorslammers, and we went to 3 finals and won 1 final, and that's pretty good. So starting to play a little bit of golf now and enjoy life.
Yep. No, that's different. Actually, as we spoke with Andrew, your son, about 6 months ago at Johnny's Open Day, and we were talking. My boys actually play football at Stirling Saints, and you actually got a lot of history down there, Pino.
Yeah, I have. I used to love football. I started as a young kid and followed my dream, and got to VF or the Sunday League. Played well over 200 games for the Sunday League, and that's when football was football in them days. When I was at the age of 16, I think that was my first league game, and you're playing with men that were just men, and it was, they line you up and knock you out and stuff like that. It was all part and parcel. It was all part of the game.
Yep. Well, tell us a bit, since we're reminiscing here, let's just take a step back then. How did you get from what I understand, even my brother-in-law tells me you're a very talented football, but then you went into Speedway?
Yeah, actually, I used to love Speedway all the time. I actually used to crew for Tony Matter as a kid. And back in the Claremont days, I was 14, 15 years of age. I actually used to catch the train down to pit crew with him, and then they would bring me home. And I just had that passion and love for it, and got all my priorities right in life, my business, got everything set up, and then at the age of 30 I thought, well, it's time, and that's exactly what I've done. And I campaigned both here and in Sydney, and the reason being just to be different from everyone else. I wanted to be the first West Australian to actually win in Sydney, which I did achieve. It was a 2-year plan. I ended up staying there for 6 years and racing. So in hindsight, I used to race here Friday night, jump on the midnight, race Saturday night, get the car ready, fly home Sunday, and I've done that for 6 years. So it was pretty good, but I conquered. It was the first West Australian ever to win at Parramatta, and it come in my 3rd year of competition because it's very tough over there. You go to a sprint car meeting over there, and they got 60, 65 cars every meeting to make a field of 20, so it was tough every week.
Yeah. So how did you transition then Well, I mean, yeah. So you went from Speedway. I remember because I was crewing with Simon. Our co-host is not here today, but you started out in Super Sedan. It was the old Lindsay Seps Telstar. Is that correct?
Yeah. No, before that, I actually Gonzo gave me a hand to buy the HQ. I bought a HQ off Murray Elm.
Oh, that's right.
Back in those days. Prior to that, I had a skid in Tirana with someone, and I thought, yeah, I like this. I could do this.
Yep.
And next thing you know, I'm buying a car, and Gonzo gave me a hand to get it ready, because I was blind, knew nothing about drag racing. And then we progressed to a Telstar, which I had a major crash in that. I flipped over 6 times in the sedan. The throttle got stuck, and I went into panic mode and just rolled over 6 times. And then from there we bought the Commodore, which was a blow-on. I ran an Outlaws, and then I had a car built in the USA, which is the current car now, the 37 Chev.
Yep.
Which comes with a lot of heartache.
The Doorslammer is a tough gig, isn't it? And we know you, obviously yourself, Simon's had a crack. There's a lot of good people that have had a crack, and it's a tough egg to crack that one, isn't it?
There's just a fine line, to be fast and to do it. But we bought the 37 Chev that I actually bought and built in America. The reason being I went for that because I looked around and there was a lot of Camaros, and I thought, something, I want to be different. So we went for something a little bit more exclusive and different. The car's not a real aerodynamic car, so we've got our back to the wall to start with, but I've had a lot of fun with it. I've met a lot of people, and I would not regret what I have done. If I had to do it again, I'd do it the same. But yeah, I've had an absolute blast with that car.
Yeah.
And that car did come with a lot of heartache, because when I was getting it built in America, Vanishing Point, who built the car, in the build, halfway through the build, they went broke. And I'd already paid him something like, over $100,000. And I'd lost 60,000 Australian dollars on that build.
Yeah.
So it was tough, and unfortunately, I had to sell some of the my toys to keep the thing rolling, and so we sold the Harley and just kept it going, because the wife said, "No, if you want to keep going, you got to spend some money, sell some stuff and keep going." So I did it, but I'm glad I did.
Yep. No, you've been fairly competitive, reasonably competitive in that car. You've done really well, given you're WA guy, and you're sort of building on going faster and faster. You haven't really gone backwards with the car. It's just, as we said, it's a tough gig. Doorslammers, and not for the faint-hearted.
I mean, you just got to look around the pits here today with these cars, the technology in the cars. To give you an idea, for me to go to the next level now, they're running automatic gearboxes, which are known as Liberties.
Yep.
And they're a 4 and 5 speed, mainly 5 speed. To do that transition, you're talking $50,000, hands down. And I'm at the tail end of my deal, so I don't really want to spend $50,000 back into the race car sort of thing, So we just keep plugging along what we got and do our best.
No, definitely. So the boys, where are they at the moment? I know Andrew's campaigning this year, and how's he travelling?
Yeah, Andrew's going really well. He's got David, who's obviously coaching him and setting the car up. And David's doing a great job. Unfortunately, Andrew runs number 10, and number 8's been in the family since I started. And David had it. Once you give that number up, you've only got a 2-year transition, and the number was up for sale again, and David won't let it go. So I don't know if David's coming back or what's going on there, but number 8.
Heard it.
First.
There's a bit of a news
Well, that's
breaker.
it. So what they've done, they've repurchased the number. They've got 12 months to run it. So whether David's going to have a skid, I don't know. But if he does, if that's what he wants to do, then all good and well.
No, that'd be great. It would be great to see. It's always good to see the Priolo name out there, and it's been synonymous in my mind in Speedway. It wasn't until I got involved in footy with my kids being involved in the footy club, and I thought, no, hang on a sec. Even my brother-in-law said, he goes, oh no, Pino, he was probably a better footy player than a Speedway driver.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I mean, that were the days. I used to love football, and just the Osmond Park, and back in the old days in Royal Street, it was just amazing. And I played with some really good footballers. I played with the Blackwells, played with Jerry McNeils, and all the Maguires and all that sort of stuff. All the guys that come out of Swans, West Perth, East Perth. I even played with Norm Uncle, so that's going back a bit, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
No, that's great news, Pino, and it's good to hear. So, plans for the Doorslammer? You're running it just locally this year?
Yeah, this will probably be my last season on a competitive basis. We will run all the Doorslammer rounds over here. And next year, we're not going to sell the car. The car will never be for sale. That'll just stay in the family now. And we'll just, when I feel like having a skid, I'll have a skid.
Yeah, no, fair enough. That's fair enough. It's a beautiful looking car as well. It's 37 Chev, right? Yeah, beautiful looking car. If you haven't seen it, if you go to our Facebook page, have a look. I'll post a picture of it up there. It is a absolutely fantastic looking car. It sort of breaks the mould in many ways for Doorslammer, because you don't see many of the hot rod orientated cars in Doorslammer. It seems to be sort of Monaro, GTO sort of field
and
at
it
the
does,
moment.
and this year it really looks strict. Jason's my son Jason from JP Signs, he's done a fabulous wrap on the car.
Yep.
We've gone for a bit of gold in the car this year, so it really looks strict. We've got great backing. We've got Home Group. We've got Mac Track, which Mac Track actually sponsors this gig down here.
Yep.
He's a great person. We've still got Fuchs Oil, so we've lost a couple of travelling sponsors, which was tough, but we lost Watson Transport, and that made it a lot hard. So, but we're having fun now, and we'll just keep doing what we're doing, and passion for cars. Hey, what better life?
No, that's right, Pino. You said it well. Hey, Pino, thanks for joining us on the podcast today. I'll let you go. All the best for this year to not only yourself, but to all the boys and your family. Take care. Have a great Christmas and New Year.
Thanks very much, and same to everyone. And get down here this afternoon. Even though there's a couple of little spots of rain, but I'll tell you what, there is some machinery down here.
There
would probably be, I reckon, 1,000 cars on display.
Yeah. There's a lot of cars.
It's crazy.
And given the weather, it was quite warm earlier, and it's a bit of a front has rolled in, but I still think they'll get the track cleared or dried in time, and we'll get some racing in.
Yeah, that's it. There's a little bit of wind around, so it's going to dry the track out. So you're going to see some skids as well.
Yeah, that's right. No worries. Thanks, Pino.
Thank you.
Take care. Okay, I'm here with founder of Custom Cars and Coffee, Jason Fuller. Jason, thanks for joining us.
No worries, Nick.
No stranger to the podcast. This is your second appearance.
It is indeed.
I think actually you're the first person to do 2 appearances on the podcast, so congratulations.
Chalk another one up for Custom Cars and Coffee now.
Yeah, there you go. Hey Jason, the weather hasn't got you down really. I mean, there's still thousands of people here. There's still close to, I don't know how many cars, I don't want to say because I'm not good at guessing, you know better, but there's still hasn't tarnished the event at all.
No, we've still got good numbers. It's a real shame about the rain. It's cut a bit of our racing down, but we did get really good numbers for racing as well. So
yeah, no, it's been an awesome day, and thousands of people down here. We had Pino Priolo on before, and he's never been before, so here's a bit of an endorsement for you. He's extremely impressed and couldn't believe it how many people were down here, and the variety of cars. It's probably the most important thing, isn't it?
Yeah, the variety of cars is something that we've always openly made sure everyone was welcome to a Cars and Coffee meeting.
Yeah, no, definitely. So Jason, so how many cars roughly today at the gate?
I reckon we're up around the 600 or 700 for sure.
Yeah, no, and as again, the variety of cars. We had a Ferrari just over there. It's just chuffed off, and we've got all sorts of cars here today. Importantly, we've also got the radial meet happening as well as we speak. So, got a few attendees for that as well.
Yeah, look, Corey got on to me a couple of weeks ago and asked if they could come down to Cars and Coffee, and I openly said yeah. I think sort of classes like that is where some of our budding racers could the next step up to their level. So. Anything really just to endorse drag racing at grassroots level, and the next step above is really intent of the day too. Yeah, no, definitely.
So, end of 2018, how has the 2018 been for you guys?
Oh, we've had some great meets, a couple of rainouts this year as well, but overall we've had some really big meets.
Yep. No, I remember I fondly came to this meet last year as well, and it was huge. I remember it quite fondly. It was probably your biggest meet of the year, and I think you've really outdone yourself again this year. It's been amazing, and like I said, and when it was raining, the people didn't leave. No one, everyone hung around, and we had a lot of people coming in here under the tent and over there under the shelter, but no one actually left. It was really good to see.
No, all the races are still in the lanes there, just patiently waiting. So they're all keen as beans to get some Ks under there.
Clearly, it's a formula that's working this event, but I think one of the biggest draw cards is having the racing as well out there. There's no doubt about it. I think it's a big draw card, and like I said, there's been lots of people come here and tell us how great the event is, and for someone like Pino, who's a seasoned not only speedway but also drag racer as well, as we know, there was a glowing endorsement from him as well. So you've done really well, Jason.
No, it was just before that last lot of rain come in. Was up the top there just having a bit of a look, and it was really good to see, all the stands there just full of people, and it's, you come to a Whoop-Ass Wednesday or even some of the bigger meets, and we don't quite see that sort of crowd, so we must be getting something right.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hey Jason, tell us next year what's in the pipeline for next year.
Look, just continue to run our monthly meets. Mm-hmm. I think the first couple of months it looks like we might have to be out at the Midvale Speed Dome. Yep. Because the track here is booked. So it'll be about May before we can get back to the Motorplex. Mm-hmm. But we'll definitely plan to do another race meet next year. Yep. I'd like to get 2 in if we could, and I'd have to see Ray and see what we can do there.
Yeah, we'll have to hit Ray up. Ray, if you're listening. Jason, obviously something like this doesn't come together easily. You obviously got a band of people behind you. Do you want to mention them, any of them?
Especially my wife Elisa and my son Jamie. So they're really the 2 people that helped me the most here. And big thank you to the SS Owners Club too. They've been coming to our meets as volunteers now for pretty much all this year. And without the help of any volunteers, we just can't run this stuff by ourselves.
SS is in Southside, is that correct? Southside 8?
Yeah, look, we have Southside 8 car club that come and help us. They were helping us with the drag racing today, but it's generally the SS Owners Club.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Of WA that's been helping us each and every meet. So I was lucky enough to be able to give them a couple of rides in the police cars today. So. Oh,
excellent. Yes, I saw the police cars have been going up and down the track, so no, that's great. It's good to see. Sponsors, any other sponsors you'd like to thank as well?
Yeah, we got MacTrack GPS as our main naming rights. We just had Chicken Treat come on board as well.
I saw that, yeah.
Yep, Benzine's Detailing, Finance 56, and SS Industries as well. Yep. Been sponsors with us for a couple of years now. It's good to have that sponsor group that continually follows around. It definitely helps.
Yep. No, definitely. And look, if you listen to all that, with those sponsors, get on board and go visit their websites as well. I know MacTrack are doing a lot of things at the moment. Pino spoke quite highly of them as well because they've come on board with him. So it's important that we support the sponsors that support these sort of events as well, because without them it makes it difficult to do this sort of stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got other people like Forged Automotive as well.
Yep.
They've been with us for a couple of years, so definitely go down and support the guys that support your scene. So
definitely. Hey Jason, I'll let you keep moving. I know you've got things to do and people to see, but thanks for popping into the podcast, much appreciated, and all the best for 2019. We'll do it all again.
Thank you, Nick, and thank you for the support, and we'll see you next year.
No worries. Thanks, Jason.
All right, thanks, Nick.
Talk and Power stresses all characters and events on this podcast, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. We do not encourage street racing or the use of turbochargers.